You man, I hope you know all of this. It's just us fooling around, Sha.
I do not fool around.
You're clearly miserable without him, so all this posing that you are doing, we were wondering why this sudden transfer to Ibadan. It didn't say.
Just so you know, watching Big Love is so unhealthy for single people. What? But that's by the way. Hey guys, I'll talk about Big Love. I really do not intend for this review to be very long, but I always say this and end up with a long review, but we'll see how this goes. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to the channel. I love you keep coming back on this space, and if you're just in my channel, welcome. I hope you stay. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a comment in the comment section. Let's talk. Let me know what your thoughts are, if you've seen the movie or not. I'm sure you have something to say concerning the film. Just in case you're wondering where to watch Big Love is currently streaming on Amazon Prime. It got released at the cinemas earlier this year, I think in May-June. So I was even really surprised that it came on streaming platform this early. So I might be giving out spoilers, but I'll try to keep him out. Like, I don't think I can fulfill that promise, but we'll see how it goes. So down to the synopsis of Big Love. Love sparks when Adil, young, full of passion and chasing his dreams, meets Adina, a focused and independent woman, making ends meet at a graduate training camp. Adil's love, grand and true, encounters Adina's fears, and that's one secret that sought out to tear them apart. As already said, there's a young guy called Adil, there's a young woman called Adina. They meet at this graduate training camp and found love. I mean, I went after Adina at first. They supposedly went to the same school when they were much younger, I think uni, and Adil has always had this thing for Adina, but never really got to tell her about it. But now he's choosing this time, saying that he has a second chance, letting her know, and know at forming a certain connection with her. He decided to go for it at this training camp. Now, on to the performances of each character. Starting with Bimbo Ademoye, who played the character of Adina. Like I said in my last review, my very recent review, the review of the movie Selena's Wedding, I did mention that it's interesting to see how Bimbo Ademoye can get into character. Or will I say it was much more interesting for me because coming from watching Selena, Bimbo Ademoye play the character of Selena, and coming to see her play the character of Adina, you know, very sophisticated, put together, independent, goal chaser, very focused young woman who has a child. You know, those are two different characters. And once again, I'm repeating myself by saying that it was very interesting to see how Ademoye could take on different characters, and I really liked that. It shows how versatile she can get when it comes to different roles. But nevertheless, with Adina's character in this film, it felt very different. Not extremely different, but I was struggling. Yeah, I was struggling with, I don't even think it was a performance. I think it was more of the dialogue and some of the things happening in the film. I think that was what really affected her performance for me overall. But just to put it out there, that the character that she played in this film was quite different. On to Timini Egbuson's character. Timini Egbuson's character was very chilled, you know, passionate young man, which is very different from what we usually see in plays. Usually the bad boy, the party guy, the annoying son, the irresponsible brother, you know, none of those things. But here he was cool, calm in a way, and he was someone that was very, very passionate about certain things about his life, which I liked and I appreciated. I mean, I feel like the only character we've seen him play a similar character to this character would be the character of I can't remember his name, but in the movie Dinner at My Place with Seyi Awolowo and Sophia Lakija, if you remember the film, I'll put a poster on the screen. That character and this are sort of similar. And just so you know, and I would not even forgive myself if I fail to point out that this is like another film where we'll be seeing Bimbo Ademoye and Timini Egbuson play side by side. They were in Breaded Life, and if you remember the chemistry they both shared in Breaded Life, your expectations for this film will be so high in terms of their chemistry, but we'll get to that when I'm talking about things I liked and I didn't like about the film. Also, we had Jaiye Kuti in this film. Jaiye Kuti was a breath of fresh air in this film. She played the character of Karima. She was a typical Nigerian mom who would just overly be in your business, wants to plan your life, wants to plan your wedding, giving you advice, authoritative, planning certain things. You know, just a typical bubbly, full of life Nigerian woman, and I loved her. Her scenes were played alongside with Shaffy Bello. Shaffy Bello too was so interesting and so awesome to watch in this film. The both of them gave me so many like comedic relief scenes in this film. If for anything, I'll go back to watch this film because of the both of them, just to watch some scenes they shared together. It was very relatable. It was very believable. Like they played it so well. Like they played like they were actual sisters because they actually played the role of sisters in this film, and they did it so well. They had great chemistry on screen, great body language, great charisma. I really, really loved it. That's what I'm trying to say. I loved both of them together and even as individuals. We also had Teniola Aladese in this film. A character didn't have a name, but she played the character of Adina's friend. We also had Seyi Awolowo in this film. I really wasn't even expecting him, but he showed up towards the third act of the film and he played LD or Omolade, the real father of Adina's child. And we also saw Deza The Great, character of Amil, that's Adil's brother. It's so annoying that there was so much they could have done with Denzel the Great. They could have done with Amil's character, but they did not. I will get to that, I promise. We also had Kalu Ikeagwu's character, who played the character of Adil's father, Adil and Amil's father, and he played the character of the father so well. I mean, it was so easy. I bought it easy. I didn't even buy it at a discount. I bought it at full price. So I bought it. It was so relatable and I enjoyed him playing character of the father on my screen. Off to the things I liked about this film. First of all, the lightings popped really well. Like the lighting was well balanced. It was well done. And I feel like and their wardrobe as well also helped. Like since and during some of the night scenes, what they were wearing, pop of colors, it resonated well with the lighting and it made the scenes pop even more. There are some movies where even if you have your screen at the brightest, you and they are showing a night scene, you would not even see what's going on. You can only hear their voices. But here you could see what was going on. You could see the actions. You could read their lips well. You could see their outfits. It was popping. It was looking nice. It wasn't looking boring or or poor lighting or any of those things. And I feel like the wardrobe, the pop of colors, and the sets and the lighting came together and they married so well. Shaffy Bello and Jaiye Kuti's character as sisters together. I feel like it was a very good and intentional combo, like the both of them. It was, I mean, I can't even imagine two sisters that would have played. I mean, we've seen Funke Akindele and Kate Tension play sisters together, and I think they had great chemistry, but swapping them, I don't think it would have worked or something. But I'm just saying Jaiye Kuti, I'm just saying Karima and Kafil's character together just married well. I loved it. Also, the art placement in this film, it didn't feel like they were shoving it down our throat, trying to make us see the ad a million and one times. It was appropriately done. It was positioned appropriately in the film. Like it married well with the story. It just made sense. Even when you're trying to tell the story of the film, it would be sort of difficult or it would be sort of difficult to leave out the fact that they met at Sterling Bank, one program that Sterling Bank held, and all of those things. It registers well in the minds of the viewers, and that's how a proper ad placement is done. Not like it's just shabbily done, placed here, you are seeing it here and there, or they're trying to have a conversation about the brand. Like, please miss me with that bullshit. But I liked that the placement was very well done, was tastefully done in this film. And by the way, the movie was directed and produced by Biodun Stephen. You know her for her work of Breaded Life, Ovi's Woman Called Life. Yeah, movies like that. Things I didn't like about this film. Strange, but although the chemistry was a hit, but I have to say that the romance really kicks us off reality. I don't know. I mean, if you're a sucker for unrealistic romantic gestures, scenes, act, and all of those things in movies, you might not really understand what I'm trying to say. But with this film, it's just, I don't know how to put it. It just kicks you off reality. Like if you're watching as a single person, in fact, you will just vivid imagination. You will just delulu. You will just choose delulu to be your solulu. Cause it was a lot. Like even though I am supposed to be saying, oh my god, their chemistry was great, it was fantastic, I was so into it, I loved everything. I don't feel like I actually did like chemistry. It was just too much for me. That's what I'm trying to say. It was just too much for me. Maybe it's a personal thing. It was just too much for me. I just kept skipping. I'm sorry. It felt very, I don't know how to put it. I don't know if, should I say it felt off? I don't think using realistic is the word, but it just felt off. It didn't feel so, and all of those things. It just felt, I beggy. I don't know if I can keep rambling about this point, but those that get it will get it if you have seen the movie and if you actually felt the same way I felt. But those are these feelings that you can't put into words. I guess so. So let's keep it going. Also, Amil's baby mama story. At the beginning, we got introduced to a very crucial part of this film that okay, Amil got this girl pregnant who is his friend, but they are not dating or anything. So the girl didn't want to keep the baby, but Amil, pleaded with her to keep the baby, and now the parent knows about it, and the mom has been putting pressure on them to get married. Like they cannot have a child outside wedlock. And Amil was like, we were not even dating. Now you're trying to force us into a matrimony because of a baby. This would not work for us at the long run. We all know where may I stand with this, situation. If you have seen my review on the weights, or I'll tag the movie in the description box, or I'll put that a tag here. So you all know how I feel about this marry because you're pregnant situation. I don't buy into it. So that was a very good story that they could have developed alongside the story of Adina that would have maybe help better help us see Timini as not an overly obsessed or manipulative person. Because if they had explored that side more, we have seen okay the mother in action towards making these people get married and what it costs them and everything, would have said, oh, now I get why Timini did the things he did or made the decisions he made concerning his and Adina's love relationship. Do you get? But they did not explore it, and they just developed that and just threw it out the window as the story pans out, and now we're left hanging. At the end of the day, we didn't know how things ended with Amil and this is baby mama. At Amil's mom's birthday party, I expected to see her there, but when I didn't see her, oh my goodness, like this lady must be running really hard for her not to be at the party of someone who she's pregnant for. Like I mean it must have been very crazy for her. That was how I just had to like just give them benefit of that. Like it's really crazy that she is not at this party. It would have been a good opportunity for us to even see the girl or see the character, but didn't get to see any of them, which was really painful. I would have loved if we got to meet the baby mama. It would have added more. And let me know what you think. Also, the decisions of some of the characters. First of all, Adil's decision to lie to his parents and bring his parents to our house. First of all, you lied about the paternity of the baby. Secondly, you're bringing your parents to my home without saying anything. You're telling me it's love. Like some ladies can really, really appreciate this gesture and say, "Oh my God, this is a man that will go beyond the word and beyond hate and beyond fires for you." That. I mean, they said that in the movie. I swam different oceans for her, but I'm like, how realistic is this? Like, would I really you know, agrees his decision to give the paternity of my baby to another man, like, tell another man, agree with another man to lie to his family that is the father of my child. Like, how long were they trying to keep that lie for? I mean, no matter how crazy some fathers can be, like some young men can be out there when it comes to pregnancy and say they don't want it. At the long run, at some point in life, they always come back for their child. If they don't come back, their family member will come back for that child. So just like why did they think it was going to work? The decision, even Timini was manipulative, making certain decisions without consulting her. It felt, I don't know. I mean, to some people, it feels lovey dovey. It feels like this person is really stretching themselves, but to some people, it looks very manipulative and selfish. I don't know. Even Adina will not be left out on this. Like her keeping I mean, you fall in love with this guy, you people have gotten intimate, da, and you still did not tell him that you have a child. Like you can tell that this guy is not here for the time being. He wants to be here for a long time. And you still didn't deem it fit to tell him you have a child. Like if tables were turned, I think she wouldn't be interested in knowing that he has a child. Like, I mean, if he was one that did, I'm sure a lot of people would have come for him in the film and all of those things, talking about the film and say, oh, men lie and all of those things. But now she did the lying. She didn't say anything until they finished the whole training. She left for Ibadan and then he came visiting. And even his expression, his reaction to finding a house. How did he even find a house? How did he find her address? Like he found it exactly. Okay, let's say he had to send her something one time. He got her address. That's how he found her name, put on Google Map. Google Map brought him there. Okay. Now you are seeing somebody at your house for the first. I mean, I get that she expressed surprise at some point, but now you're not finding out with a baby. Even if you are going to accept the baby, like I don't have a problem with the fact that you have a child, but I didn't see that element of shock or surprise in him. As in, if I can keep going on and on and on about this film, but this film was really good. I really don't even say a lot of terrible things about the film. Even still on Adina, her decision to sit by the table with Lade when he walks in, you are seeing the father of your child. It turns out to be a part of the family where you have lied about the paternity of a child to, and you sat down on the same table with him, and you're expecting that miraculously he would not say a thing. Or even if he's not going to say a thing, at least just run into the corner, go and look for Adil, and you're like, shit, guy, the father of what's his name is here. What do we do? Do I leave? Do you draw him to the corner? Do we talk to him? Do we keep it on the low? Or do we just leave him to do his thing? You just sat down there in front of him. Ah, Koburu. Anyhow, let me know what you guys thought about the film. Let me know. I'll be rating this film. I'll be rating this film 2.5 over 5. I've rated this film a 2.5 over 5. I enjoyed Timini and Bimbo Ademoye together on my screen. I felt that our chemistry was good, but in terms of the romantic scenes, I don't know. Like I said, I can't even explain it. But for someone else who doesn't understand me, you can excuse this point for the film. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are concerning the film in the comment section. Please like this video if you're yet to like it, and subscribe to the channel if you're yet to subscribe. And I'll love to see you in my next review. Until then, make sure to remain happy because you owe it to yourself. Bye, guys.